When I uploaded Oak Hollow Mall back in August 2016, I initially had little intention of traveling far and wide to malls across the country. In fact, the main reason I even went to Oak Hollow Mall at all was because Dan Bell initially didn't plan to go to North Carolina at all. While he has a piece on the mall today, his initial reluctance to go was my inspiration to go. Without him, I probably would have forgotten about Oak Hollow completely. Shortly after the video uploaded, someone had tipped me off to another mall in High Point, North Carolina, the Westchester Mall, now known as the Town Center. Its initial life is a distant memory, but the building does have a new life for the public. After this, one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I invested in a new camera and began hunting Google Maps for malls to visit. With a new hobby in place, I began traveling out and found some amazing places. Sure, some of those places weren't all that glamorous. Some of those adventures ended in failure. And a couple ended with a near-death experience. But in the end, I persevered through internet politics and life issues, devoted to see these malls and share these malls from my perspective. And I have one group of people to thank. You. All 1,000 plus of you. Without your interest, I probably never would have gotten to see some of the places I've seen, nor meet some of the people I've met. Your interest is my inspiration, and always will be. So, what's to happen in 2019? Well, I can assure you, I will continue dead malling. In fact, I already have begun. 2019 is going to be an aggressive year for me in terms of malls. While I still have some residual to share from 2018, I can show you a taste of what I already have seen in 2019. So without further ado, let's go take 2019 by storm. Let me show you what I have already seen. January 2019 has been such an amazing trip. Baltimore, Westminster, Dulles, Hanover, Lynchburg, just to name a few. And in that trip, I've met some truly amazing people. Anthony and Paula from Faded Commerce, aspiring mall rats who strive to share their own perspective of the mall. Pat and Heather from Raw and Real Retail, and their goal to sit back and let the mall do the talking. Ashley, the Neon Explorer, an aspiring photographer lamenting the downfall of her own mall. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Salvatore of the Expedition Log series, a man on a mission to document the mall and its history, from dirt to mall to derelict. In addition to these fantastic people, I also have to pay a nod to Anthony from Ace's Adventures, Jack from deadmalls.com, DrunkGamer89, and so many more for keeping my inspiration going through the end of 2017 and throughout 2018. And last but not least, once again, I have to thank you, the viewer. By the time this video goes up, we'll have either reached 1,000 subscribers or we'll have passed that number. While growth has been slow, it has been steady, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I can't thank you enough for your interest in my adventures. Without your interest, these trips probably would have never come to fruition. So stick around later this year, and come join me on my adventures to Baltimore and beyond. I'll see you then.